All right, so we back. My name is Garnett Briscoe from Who You With The Podcast. I'm just a player with an opinion, man. We got my man JB, the Prince of the Piff.
What's going on?
Doing another interview again, man. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for having me, bro.
You the god, man.
Nah.
Prince of the Piff.
Nah.
Why you love Piff so much, yo? Everything is Piff. Piff
man.
this, Piff that,
Yeah,
yo. Who
yeah.
you?
Hey, I'm the Prince of the Piff.
I'm the Prince of Pan-Africanism. Shout out to Dr. Umar.
Oh.
On that shit now. It's on me.
Nah, you can't be, bro. You can't. He's the king of it.
Nah, but we here to talk about your latest project, man.
Yeah.
Sweet Piffteen. Like
Yeah.
I said, you love Piff.
Right.
But I feel like that has some significance with you. I feel like you dropped it on Christmas for a reason.
Right.
So
Merry
explain
Piffmas.
that. Right. Explain that to the people a little bit.
Well, I started rapping about 16 years ago, which was actually in 2000 when I put the pen to the pad. So it was basically like a how can I say it? It was like a, what would you say, like a commemorance to it being 16 years, hence the Sweet Piffteen thing. Piff is in my name, so it went all together.
Try not to use the big ass words because I don't know what that means at all.
Right. I try to dumb it down. But yeah, and on the reason that it was on Christmas is like it's like a gift. You know what I mean? So previous to the Sweet Piffteen, 3 years ago I dropped the Gift and the Piff Volume 2. Right. So it was basically like everything correlates together as far as the name with what I do. So in the streets they would call Piff a high grade marijuana. So I just incorporated it with the music as far as I spit that Piff. You know what I mean? So that's how it all came together.
Listening to it, and also, you know, I noticed you got some heavy hitters on there as far as spitters, you know, from the features, from Dave Wade, from, you know, Don Michael Jr.,
BDA, T-Sabo, Damo. Yeah.
So what was, you know, in a game where now they almost want to dumb down lyrics, like what made you feel like you wanted to bring the heavy hitters that's, you know, they not taking the bar off along with yourself, like what made you want to focus towards that a little bit more than, you know, in a game where it's cookie cutter, you do whatever you want?
I feel like for me personally, I had to stay true to what I came up knowing as lyricism, conceptual art. You know what I mean? Where everything has a theme and a basis behind it. So I'm actual fans of those artists that I featured on the project. So I like the way that they put their words together. I like the way that they actually perform. And like I said, I look up to them in many different ways. So I felt that the tracks that I got them on were meant for them to be on. So, and it again, it correlated with this whole Sweet Piffteen thing. These is people that within the last 16 years that I've done music with, that I've built relationships with. So that's part of the reason of why they're on that project.
Right. And listening to it, man, you held your own against them. Like I said, they are some heavy hitters. They're known for the bars and the lyrics. How was the process, you know, just being in the studio with them? Like, was it challenging? Like, damn, I know I got to step my shit up today.
Yeah.
I'm dealing with some, you know, some real OGs.
Yeah, it's always challenging. Because I don't think that, well, I know I wouldn't, but I don't think, you know, somebody who has built up a certain skill level goes and looks for somebody who's on a lower skill level than them to get them on a certain production or a certain project. Right. So for me, yeah, it's always going to be challenging, but I like to, you know, raise to the level of the challenge. I mean, Don Michael, Dev Wade, Damo, T-Sabo, Biz the Ambassador. I mean, I feel like they make me raise my level of content first and foremost, then my skill level. So it's like I can't just breeze through the track. Right. I can't just, you know what I mean?
Make you stay on your
right.
toes.
I can't just, yeah. I can't even dumb it down on the track when I'm on the track with them. Maybe on my own little, I'm just fucking around or something like that. Then it's like, we're going to do it however I feel like doing it.
All right, so Tell us about the track "Story of My Life." Because I feel like you got a message, you got a story to tell. So why did you feel that was so important to have on there?
Well, story of my life basically was I was at that time when I got that beat was a couple of years ago, and I had the concept and the theme and everything like that when I was working two jobs. So I was thinking in my head, like, that's a phrase that you hear a lot of people say, like, man, it's just the story of my life.
Right.
You know what I mean? When things go wrong and everything like that. So I felt that I basically grabbed that from not only my own experiences, but those people around me in my environment that feel like, damn, I can't never get a break, or whenever things is going right, it's always something. You know what I mean? Right. So that's how that song came about. And I really cater to painting the picture to where it's like everybody could relate to it. You know what I mean? I tried to hit it everything, whether it was you been in a relationship and that didn't work out, whether you just got a promotion at your job, but now that's not going to cover the expenses that you got, like your head may be, you know what I mean? Maybe below water, sinking, you know what I mean? Whatever the case may be, I felt like I tried to put all of that into one track that you could relate to, that you could. It's like what I feel is missing in this era, timeless music. So it's something that you can hear 10 years down the line and be like, damn, I'm going through this shit right now. You know what I mean? Even though he might have recorded this 10 years ago, this is still happening.
And that's what I was going to say. It's more so it's music not to fit in, but to stand out for a good reason. And I'm glad you even said that, where it's like, it's to, stand the test of time. Instead of the music that's here now, it's trendy.
Right.
Not to say that it's not trendy, but it's some life rhymes in there, some get you through your day music.
Right.
And that's every day.
But I mean, coming from where we come from, it's not Hollywood.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's every day you dealing with problems. You dealing with problems at work. You dealing with problems in the home. If you got kids, your children, whatever the case may be. So our life is very real. So I really put into my music what I'm experiencing, what the people around me experiencing, what I see on a day-to-day basis. I'm just like, it's like what Pac said. I'm just a reporter for the ghetto.
I feel like the only thing you missed on there, you wasn't talking about, bitches in the DMs, man. Bitches and the niggas in the DMs.
That's the story of my life, man. I mean, yeah. I mean, because I feel like you said that's more so, that's trendy. That's now. It might not be no bitches and niggas in the DMs in 10, 15 years from now. You know? It might be a walkie-talkie conversation or whatever. So
Nextels, we bringing Nextels back 10 years from now.
Man,
bringing them back.
The chirp. Where you at?
So I see a lot of motivation in you to be doing something for so long, 16 years.
Right.
Just grinding it out, working with different people, keep putting out new music, staying relevant. So where did you get that motivation from? And are you trying to inspire people to do the same exact thing as far as the work ethic?
Yes, of course. I mean, once again, like we spoke of, I think the motivation, the inspiration comes from the environment. It's like to see your people struggle, even you struggle, and you have these aspirations, this imagination to be on a higher level. I think that's where the motivation comes from. I think that's where the inspiration comes from. You know what I mean? It's just like, it's the purpose is what actually drives that motivation. It's what actually, brings out that external fire that was burning deep down inside. You know what I mean? I mean, when you coming from Camden, New Jersey, I feel is the bottom of the bottom. I mean, it's
one of the worst cities in America.
One of the worst cities in North America. Most violent crimes, murder, no jobs, opportunities, and things of that nature. What other inspiration do you need?
Right.
When you seeing some of the people that you look up to, driving some of the cars that you want to drive. Just painting that facade or that persona that is like, it looks like that's the end all be all over there. This can't be life over here.
Right.
This can't just be it. You can't just tell me I'm supposed to settle for minimum wage. I'm supposed to drive a bucket, and I'm supposed to live in a 1-bedroom apartment for the rest of my life and be cool with that.
So how would you tell that to the people because of, the things you just said? I know a lot of people that I saw that was driving nice things, same thing with you, they was doing the wrong thing.
As far as
get that, selling the drugs, like maybe scamming, stuff like that. That's going to go and do the wrong thing to get the things that we actually need. They say by any means necessary, but it's still between right and a wrong.
Right.
So how do you feel about that? Because it's kids that's going to be listening to your music, that look up to you.
Right.
So how do you differentiate, providing for your family, the correct way, and it's maybe starting out at minimum wage,
right,
rather than hitting the block and doing it like that.
You got to find something that you basically love to do, and that you're willing to sacrifice not going to those negative routes to get it. You know what I mean?
Right.
You gotta find your calling. Whatever, it could be music, it could be writing, it could be painting, it could be drawing, it could be motivational speaking.
Stripping.
It could be stripping, bartending. I mean, it's a lot of these. Yo, it's a lot of these females out here that we think is video vixens. That's bartenders.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So how did you, like you started 16 years ago,
right?
It's the name of it,
Sweet Piffteen. Right.
What got you to be like, yo, I'ma just do this music? Because at 2000, niggas wasn't really rapping like that. Like I didn't know any rappers.
Right.
In 2000, in order to, make yourself a rapper, that's studio time, that's this, that's that. And,
right.
That was before the technology got how it is now. You can record at your house and it could sound like the best shit ever. But back then, you had to go to the studio.
Right.
That made you be like, yo, he really rap.
Right.
You feel me? So, like, what drove you to do that? Where it's like, yo, I want this music because what I'm saying right now is kind of fucked up.
Right.
Let me go do a, an extracurricular activity.
Right.
So.
Well, I think I was always into music, right? I was always into music, but I had started off freestyling. I was whack. Right, saying the same shit, thinking I was really saying something, but I was really trash. So I was like,
that's some honest shit you just
said. So and that's when I was going to my man Kason, his basement or whatever. He had the Casio and everything. He was like advanced. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So I'm like, I can't really get with this. I fuck with the rap, but I can't really grasp it. So that was about 94, 95. I was still in elementary school. So then around 99, 2000, I go into high school. I meet up with a friend of mine, his name's Sean, and he started freestyling. So it brought that back. It brought that back alive. So I'm freestyling with him over the phone, and I'm like, you know what? All right, now I'm gonna really try to write some lyrics and see if I'm really as nice as I think I am.
He
right?
was fucking you up.
No, he was nice. He was nice. Going off the head, he was nice.
I gotta step my shit up.
Yeah, I had to step my shit way up. So it started there, and at that time, that's when rap was at its like peak, because you had Jay-Z, you had all these dudes that was phenomenal. Yeah.
50 was out around that time.
You had matter of fact, at that time the East Coast, the North was on point. You know what I mean? Yeah, DMX, Wu-Tang, Ja Rule, Cameron, Beanie Siegel. So the Locks. So you had all these dudes, and I'm like, yo, I gotta get to that point. I'm here. I gotta get there. So just listening to them made me develop my skill more and more. I'm listening to it, I'm like, that's not it. You know what I mean? So then I'm going to, I go back to K-Son and my man, rest in peace, B. Harris, basement. Me, a couple of friends and my brother Biz, the ambassador, we used to go after school to the basement and record. And we was just rapping, and that energy, that momentum kept us going. You know what I mean? So from there, I was just like, all right, I'm gonna just take it on and see where it takes me. And then, you know what I mean? I fell in love with the art of expressing myself. Being able to express what I was going through, whether it was, like I said, in love, what I was going through at the house, what I was going through with peers, what I was going through with, everybody. When you rapping, you swear you got 1,000 haters. So the minute you pick up a pen, you just like, I got haters. You probably ain't never had haters in your life.
Niggas,
now I got imaginary
people really
haters.
love y'all out here. Like, no, you don't have a hater. Niggas like you. Niggas like you.
They care for you.
Fast forward now, the present day.
Right.
Did you use some of those thoughts and ambition and experience and even the motivation as far as the artists that you talked about during that time?
Right.
That energy from back then in this project, because it was so connected between now and then.
Yeah, I think it was a mixture of then and now. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? When I say that, as far as creatively, and skill wise, the skill as far as from that time. Right. You know what I mean? When you got the Jay-Z's, because back then it wasn't so much the song structure, but what is he saying? Right. So that's what I definitely I tried to incorporate that into the music, of course, because with any movie, any story, you kind of want to know where it's going. You know what I mean? You don't want to just, all right, I'm just listening to this and I don't care where he's going. You know what I mean? It's for some people it's like a guideline or a navigation for them, whether it's throughout their life or throughout their day, whatever the case may be. So, yeah, but the creativity came from being around my younger brothers and what they listening to now, what's going on now. You know what I mean? So I just tried to put it in a pot, mix it up, and give you what Sweet Piffteen is now.
Okay, cool. All right, so we're going to actually get into one of your tracks. I want the people to hear it. I want, you to break it down, and I'm going to touch on some lyrics in there. And almost, want you to decode it and stuff like that. So this is your track, Think They Know.
Yeah. It's track 3 off of Sweet Piffteen. Niggas think they know.
Ain't nobody give me shit, everything I got, I earned it. I always been ambitious, relentless, and determined. Focused on what's ahead of me with no intent of turning. Cause I'd rather die honorably than have my soul burning. If only you knew the roads I walk and counsel and listening. While my therapist talks, witnessing death, friends outlined in chalk. Fuck what you bought, cause I'd rather speak than entertain your thoughts. Those cold winter nights when I ain't had no coat. Niggas brought the bread, couldn't get a slice out the loaf. Considered a joke, depressed and broke. Fuck a tree, I ain't even have a branch to smoke. Game changed and I couldn't adjust to the coach. They said I was too aggressive and didn't like my approach. Had me under pressure with my back on the rope. Seemed like my frenemies wanna turn me to many niggas think they know about the struggle that I've been through. They wasn't there for all of the problems that I got into. All they can tell you is the things that I done wrong. So I took the time to explain during this song. These niggas think they know. Many niggas think they know. Many niggas think they know. These niggas think they know. They swore I had it all, but I ain't really had shit. I ain't had no guidance or a mother to assist. My father with me, so the love didn't exist. No connection or a bond, so I would naturally resist. I ain't had that affection, I ain't had that attention that a mother gives, so it confused my intentions. Scarred by the infliction, ruled by restrictions. I guess my childhood fueled my convictions. I was searching for love, but never could I find it. Material possessions is what kept me blinded. Losing control is what created my silence. Meanwhile, I'm in my head trying to figure out the science. How the fuck do you grow up dysfunctional when the idea was to grow up like the Huxtables? My environment made me uncomfortable. My environment made me uncomfortable. Many niggas think they know about the struggle that I've been through. They wasn't there for all of the been to. All they can tell you is the things that I done wrong. So I take the time to explain during this song. These niggas think they know. Man, these niggas think they know. Man, these niggas think they know. These niggas think they know.
Dope track, my nigga. Dope fucking track.
I appreciate that.
What I picked up was it seemed, more so. It was a lot of animosity. You seemed angry on that track. It seemed like you was mad at people for assumptions that they may have had.
Right.
Not knowing about your days where, like you said, niggas bought a loaf of bread and I couldn't get a slice.
Right.
Like.
Right.
So tell us a little bit about that. Like, why was you so angry, man?
Well, okay. I think it was more so not anger, but passion behind trying to give those around me a better understanding of what I went through. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of the times you can tell people what you've been through, but I guess until you put it on a track, that's when it becomes real life. You know what I mean? So I felt like I had to give the people around me actually what I was going through inside of me from, an adolescent up until an adult.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So how do you feel about the people, that was around you maybe having things and not reaching back to help you in times where, you said you just didn't have it. You was broke, you was down on your luck. Mm-hmm. And it was people around you. They was getting fat while you starved. So you feel me?
Right.
So, like,
I'm still skinny.
How do you? I mean, niggas is still holding back.
Yeah, niggas is still holding back.
So how do you feel about those individuals that had it but didn't lend a helping hand towards you?
You initially you become aggravated. You initially become irritated with the thought, like, why would they do that? What would make them do that? But also in the same event, you don't really know if they are able to do it. You know what I mean? That's just something that you're assuming. Right. Because you see them doing what they got to do for themselves or whatever the case may be and not reaching back. But on another note, if it's supposed to be, in terms of this, in this generation, if it's supposed to be squad, and we all supposed to be doing for one another, in the words of my brother Biz, the ambassador, you leave no soldier behind. Mm-hmm. So if I eat, we all eat, and that's the way it's supposed to be. So of course I definitely was initially I was aggravated. And
then you go through the emotions where it's mad, it's maybe sad, and then it gets to a point where you just understand.
Yeah, it's just like fuck it. You got to move on.
Right.
Life goes on. You know what I mean? If I sit here and try to have a pity party for myself or whatever the case may be,
lit, to be honest with you, if you have a pity party for yourself,
nah, that ain't gonna be lit. Nah, that's not gonna be lit. But I think you gotta put it in your mind that you just gotta move forward and you gotta use that as fuel to get you. You know what I mean? To get you going and doing what you need to do to better yourself.
Right. And also, listening to the track, people tend to, they focused on your bad more than your good. You could have did 100 good things, but the one time you fucked up, people want to, polarize that.
Yeah.
So, tell me about a time where that actually happened, maybe.
Yo, that's happened often. Like, I'm guessing like that. As you get older, you start to realize it's not always people's fault for how they perceive you. You know what I mean? They're just going off the impression that you left upon them. Sometimes they don't even understand it. So, I mean, in that event, I would have to say that when you're seen as a leader, they gonna always throw it on you.
Right.
You know what I mean? They gonna always throw everything on you, and then not give you the credit that you deserve.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's done happened to the best of them. So, I mean, at the end of the day, you just gotta chalk it and keep doing what you doing. You know what I mean? That's the only thing. That's the only way I know how to live. Because time in, time again, story of my life. You know what I mean? Where it's like, you like you said, you could be doing a million things great for them. That don't matter though. Because that last mistake you made, that's all they gonna harbor on. You know what I'm saying? It's like again, my brother Biz told me before, they don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? As long as they getting what they can out of you, that's all they care about. But when they don't get that, then it's like, you fucked up. You a fucked up individual.
Right. That's crazy, because I said that to somebody yesterday. I said, niggas are bro all of the favors out of you.
Yeah.
You didn't get mad when it's like, nigga, like,
there's no more favors left.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah. They pull from that bank account.
Right.
Then when they overdrafted, it's like, what? How?
Right.
You know what I mean? What you mean? Bro, that wasn't an unlimited bank account. You know what I mean?
Right.
But
so if there's one thing that you want the people to take from this project that means so much to you,
right.
You know, took 16, you know, you want 16 years.
Right.
It seemed like you packaged it up into one.
Right.
You used all of that. So if it's one thing that you want the people, the listeners, the consumers, the fans, the supporters to get from this project, what would it be?
Inspiration, motivation, always through every project that I do, because it takes so much to actually give you all of that up into December 25th, 2016. So if there's anything that I could say is, I would love for them to get the passion, the pain, the reflection, like I said, the inspiration, the motivation, the work ethic, all of that it took, the blood, sweat, tears to make that happen.
Right.
You know what I mean? Just it's everything that I poured into the project.
Right. No, once again, man, like I said, thank you for having me be a part of this journey, man. I'm a part. Next time you drop a project, bro, I need a verse. Be honest with you.
Do you need a verse?
I need a verse.
You need a verse, or you need some piff?
Nah, we ain't gonna do the piff. I need a verse, man. I suck, but I try. I might get you. I got a good heart.
We might got an intro or skit for you.
All right, we can do it.
Yeah, I don't know about the verse, but yo,
Appreciate
shout
you,
out
man.
to you, bro. I appreciate
Definitely.
the interview always. You know, shout out to the big things you doing. Let's tell them how you want. I ain't even gonna tell them what you want. 'Cause I don't want to mess your contract up.
Another time, man. It's about you. That's what I'm doing. Yo, make sure you check out Who You With the podcast. Every Friday, dropping an episode, man. It's myself, Garnett Briscoe, my co-host Vet, the sophisticated hood rat. She's hilarious. The show is always hilarious, informative. You know, we give you the real, the barbershop talk. Right here in ScrewFace Studios. Shout out to Don Michael Jr. Shout out to Dev Wade. Shout out to Mikey Blanco. Shout out to Wayne on the sticks, but right now he Wayne behind the camera.
Right.
BWE Studios, man. Yeah, make sure you check us out. Dinnerland.tv. You can check our episodes out there. That's our new network on Who You With the podcast. So, we out.
I mean, you know we ain't always had the best of times, but you know this thing that we got, you know, it's special. I appreciate you. Where should I start? Maybe I should apologize for breaking your heart.